guys, and welcome to
Feasts of Faewood.
I just don't know what to do at that point, you know, like I really don't. I don't know. Today I wanted to share with you guys a book that I think will be really, really fun. Now, in my last video, shared another book by Helena Garcia, which was Witchcrafting Handbook. And that is a really fun book. I am really enjoying that book. There's a lot of really cool projects in there, and I can definitely see myself going back to that and making other things in there. And I actually bought this one before I knew about that book, to be honest. And I've been sitting on this book for a while. I'm not literally sitting on it, but... But I bought this a while back thinking it would be great for this time of year to share with you guys and do, you know, some Halloween-y themed cooking. There's really awesome stuff in here. Look at the little bats. So if you're looking for recipes that actually look Halloween-y, this one is perfect. There are so many things in here. Honestly, like, it's just an awesome little smorgasbord of Halloween stuff. How gross is that? Look at the pie. How beautiful. Little eyeballs. And the mushrooms. Oh, I'm going to have to make these at some point, I think. How adorable. So anyway, I thought it'd be really fun to do a cooking video where we make something that's super Halloween-y themed. I don't know how I'm going to go with making things out of the cookbook. They do look like they require an element of skill, but we shall see. And some of them do need like specialty type cake supplies, so just keep that in mind. But, you know, look, there's some really good cake decorating places online, so I figure for the most part you can probably find most of the ingredients if you look online. In store can be a little tricky, a little hit and miss, but yeah, online I think would be fine. I am actually going to have to wing it a little bit because some of the ingredients I was supposed to have, well, actually I think it's one main ingredient I was supposed to have, I didn't have time to order it in for this video. So, but let me show you what I'm wanting to make today. Da-da-da! How cool is that? I love that. They're cakes that look like candles. I love that so much. I think it's so, so cool. I'm really hoping mine looks anything like that, and I have no idea. I'm guessing by this stage, potentially there's a thumbnail of whatever I end up making, so hopefully it's good. And the thing that I don't have, that I couldn't get in time, was like red candy melts, I think they're called. So I tried to find an alternative, and apparently you could use chocolate for it, but the only chocolate, like, I couldn't get red chocolate. So I've got white chocolate, and I'm hoping maybe if I put some red colouring in it, I could end up with pink, instead of vampire candles, more like, I don't know, pink girly candles. So we'll make the best of it. We'll do what we can. Also, look at that one. There's just so many things in here. It's so good. Also, thank you so much to Saber, aka Rachel, for this. Oh my god. She sent this to me because she saw me trying to press fruit through a strainer. But honestly, I was just trying to get the seeds out. So, but this is going to be really handy today because I need to use a little blender, I believe, for some of the recipe. I looked ahead and it looks like I have to, you know, use a mixer. So this is going to be very handy for that. I've got a bunch of other things over here somewhere. Voila! All my bits and pieces that I need for the recipe. So yeah, I guess we better get started because there's a lot to do. Boy, you want to say hello? No, you just want to hop down. Hello? Hello? You might hear Binks in the background meowing. I have no idea what he wants. I think he's just like looking at all these lights and things in the kitchen in confusion and going, what's happening? I also want to thank Sabre for the little oven thermometer thing, because it's really helped us work out what's going on with our oven. It is definitely on the cool side, so I know to boost it up a little bit further than it's meant to go now, so that it's around about the right temperature. So thank you. So I've preheated the oven, I've put down all my baking paper into the tray, and now I need to make the sponge part, so let's do that. And then I think I'm making filling or something as well, but I'll let you know as we go along what we're doing. Hello! Binks agrees. Alright, so that's the dry ingredients for the sponge, and now apparently I need to have another bowl where I'm putting some cocoa and red food colouring and all of that. Not exactly sure what I'm doing with that part yet. I'll see what the instructions tell me after that. Looking good. I gotta put the paste that I made before, which is like the stiffest paste I've ever seen, but I followed the instructions, so I'm hoping it's okay. I'm guessing it'll be fine once it's in here, so I don't know. We're gonna keep going and see what happens. I mean, it's not even really a paste. It's just a blob. Alright, so now I've got to put some buttermilk in apparently and mix this bit by bit with the flour till it's all incorporated. So time to do that. That tastes good. Okay, so it's looking pretty good, looking like a big bowl of blood basically right now, which is pretty in keeping with our theme. So now I need to bake this apparently for 25 minutes or until it's done, and then we carry on with the rest of the cake. Alrighty, so the cake is done and just cooling down now, so I'm going to make the cream cheese frosting, not cream trees, like I said about 3 times before. Cream cheese. Definitely cheese. We don't want trees. Not this time. So I'm going to go and do that and mix that all up. And then I think we're ready to decorate potentially. So yeah, let's get going. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, guys. I don't even know if you can see all the mess I've just made. Like, there's cocoa gone everywhere, on the floor, everywhere. I don't know. It just all went lumped out in one lot. Oh, how annoying. I'm a messy cook. Whoops. Alright, these things always take longer than I think they're going to take, especially when you're trying to film them. I'm sure I would have been a little bit further along with the cooking if I wasn't filming, but we're doing okay. We've got the cake, it should be pretty cool by now. I haven't pulled it out of the cake tin, so hopefully that goes okay. I have made some frosting here and it's looking fairly black. I think I'm going to leave it at that point. It just says to keep like adding the black coloring until it's dark enough. So yeah, I just had this like black gel food coloring that I'm using, so that helped me make it darker. It did also say if you can find like black cocoa you could put that in, but we only found cocoa, so I don't know. There must be a darker cocoa available. If you can hear that, we've got some cockies or cockatoos flying around, so they're bloody noisy birds. Right, so now I'm at the point where I kind of need to assemble the cake, and you're meant to use like a 10 centimeter round cookie cutter, and I don't actually have one of those, so I'm gonna use this, which is exactly 10 centimeters, and try and cut like around it. This could go horribly wrong. I really hope not. Yeah, I'm hopeful that this will be fine and I can just like cut down and cut circles, because I've got to cut 6 different 10 centimeter circles and then use those circles to start assembling the candles. So wish me luck. We're going to try and do that now. In theory, that worked, but I'm yet to pull them out of here and I'm a little bit concerned. So again, please wish me luck. I don't know how this is going to go. I hope they all come out in one piece. Alright, we've got something happening here. I assembled them all and then realised I needed to backtrack and actually ice them one at a time so that, you know, you can get the icing all the way around and all of that. So I pulled it apart. Now I'm putting the icing back on and I don't know. We're going to try to make this look like a candle. try. It says to use a palette knife. I don't have a palette knife, but I figure a butter knife is close enough. And yeah, we're gonna ice these candles. Well, guys, it's not looking a lot like the picture. Unfortunately, mine looks pretty rough. I don't know. Did the best I could. It's got to go in the fridge for a while and cool down. I'm kind of hoping that after that it might be easier to smooth out, because every time I smooth it, crumbs keep kicking up from the cake. So I can't make it smoother without things starting to break apart anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna call it for today on this one, I think, and let this cool overnight and resume tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Hang on, need something. That's better. My apron is in the wash actually, so I'll just have to hope that I don't get it on me. So it's the next day and I'm gonna try to salvage this cake. I feel like it's looking pretty average. And look, I'm no cake decorator. This could all turn out terribly in the end. But I'm gonna forge on, see how I can do it, like the best I can do. I don't have like specialty cake decorating equipment or anything like that. Like I am just using my, like a butter knife. So maybe if I had different, I don't know. I mean, does anyone do cake decorating normally? I feel like I really want to know how to decorate cakes properly now, because they always look so nice and I always think, yeah, I could do that. I'm creative. It's much harder than it looks. So anyway, let's continue. We'll try and make it look a little bit neater around the edges before I put the chocolate on the top to make it look like a candle. Well, it's far from perfect, but I think it's looking a bit better. So we're going to go with it. I've got to do the chocolate now, which is going to be for the top of the candle and dripping down the sides. So yeah, I guess we'll get started on that. Hopefully I can sort of make it look a bit more candle-like once I add all of that on there. We'll see. Alright, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try putting some red colouring in here to make it red. I think it's just going to look pink, but oh well. Well, that was stressful. Yeah, everything collided at once. It was such bad timing. I was in the middle of making my chocolate and melting it down and adding things and stuff. And then my husband got home from golf. He hadn't eaten lunch and was making eggs while I was trying to do the chocolate and trying to film. So we're colliding with each other, and I'm trying to quickly put the chocolate in the icing bag to ice the cake and everything like that. And I did put some oil in it, but it was still getting a bit hard, and by the time I went to sort of try and pipe it onto the thing with the thinner just round end that you're meant to use to get that kind of melty wax look, I just could not physically push it through. I think I needed more oil in it or something, because, you know, chocolate as it starts to set gets harder, and there wasn't enough oil to keep it like piping out. Anyway, long story short, I had to quickly change ends of the piping bag, and so it now just looks like a messily decorated cake instead of candle wax. Also, I didn't have the candy melts because they don't have those in the shopping centre where we are. I would have had to specially order them in, and they were not going to get here in time by the time I realised what I needed. So I went for chocolate because apparently you can substitute that. But of course, chocolate is not the right colour. Like, you either get brown or white. My husband picked white, and therefore we have pink candles. Expectation, reality. Yeah, okay, I tried. It's not the worst attempt. It kind of, you can see where I'm trying to go. You can see what I'm trying to do, but it just looks like such a sad effort. And I feel like it's such a shame, because I think I was actually doing not too bad in the end. I'd kind of shaped my candles to look relatively okay. I mean, you know, they're black. I had the colouring. I smoothed them all out. I spent all this time smoothing it out. But that wax on the top, you know, look, just didn't do it. Having said that, it was fun to give it a try. I've not really made any cakes like this before. I haven't had a lot of experience with cake decorating, but I'm interested in it because I just think it's so creative. So I'm trying my hand at things here and there to see what happens. I'm sure, you know, people out there, if you are doing one like this, definitely go the candy melts if you can do it. But look, if you can't, you still get an alright look, and you can probably get a nicer piping job than I've done here. If it wasn't for everything colliding at once, I think it would have looked alright. Alright guys, well that was my first attempt at baking something from the Wicked Baker cookbook, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It might not have turned out exactly like the book, but you know what? We tried. It'll taste good, so I'm okay with that. I think it's an alright first attempt. Lots of fun if you are into baking, and if you want some inspo for some really fun kind of Halloween-y stuff, this is a really fun cookbook because it has so many things that are totally themed out and everything. So definitely recommend if you're interested in that sort of thing. I'm definitely no Christine McConnell or Helena Garcia when it comes to baking though, but I did my best. I hope you've enjoyed it anyway, and enjoyed seeing me try to put together some spooky vampire candle type cakes. Maybe it'll inspire you to make something yourself for Halloween that's baking. Maybe you'll be interested in trying something from the book. Subscribe if you want to see more bits and pieces from me, whether it be Halloween or otherwise, creative, crazy, anything else in between. And for the rest of you, I'll see you next time in Faewood. Bye guys. Tastes great. Yum.